travel rings. Can you tell us a bit about how the idea for that came about and what it adds to the game?
So when making Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, we're trying to think of what is a new idea we can bring to the game. How can we kind of turn things around and make something fresh and new for people to play? And in that brainstorming session, we had this idea that, we've had this 3-lap course up until now. It's always been race once, twice, 3 times around. What if that's the thing that we change? And that was really the idea that brought about the travel ring. Of instead of racing the same lap around the same course, on the second lap around, you're going to a different world, different universe, whole different race course, and that's how we can kind of change things up and make something new and fresh for it. So that was the genesis of the idea, and that's how it got implemented into the game.
The Grand Prix format as a whole, too, is also very interesting, with that third race being built out of the laps from the previous races. What prompted the decision to go that way instead of a more traditional format for the Grand Prix?
That's also due to the travel ring that we have. Usually for the Grand Prix, racing 1, 2, 3, and whoever gets first place, that's kind of the end. But since we have the travel ring, we said, hey, we can warp around to different places. We don't need to stay on the same course. So wouldn't it be fun to do the first lap, the second lap, and the third lap as different stages from the previous races that you've done? That was the idea, to really make something fresh and new and bring that idea and really make the most out of the travel ring and bring it into the Grand Prix mode as well.
There tends to be like a very chaotic feel to most kart racers, and CrossWorlds no exception there, with all the items going off and the track effects. How do you kind of balance that sense of chaos and chance over the course of the race while still keeping the races feeling fair?
Yes, when we talk about kart racing, balance is extremely important. This title was developed by the combination of a Sonic development team and the Sega arcade racing team. They have come together to develop this title, and what they're bringing with them is all the long experience of making balanced, fair arcade racing games and bringing that as the core base that this development started from. They wanted to make sure the racing itself, without any items, was fair and fun. The development team really took things down to the base level and wanted to have that fun competitive racing mechanic in there, having the feel of the vehicles, having the course design really match and work for a really fun and fair racing experience. And from there, once they had that fair racing experience, they built it out by adding in items. So if you were maybe not in first place, you could use items and still get to that first place position. And working on balancing that was a very important challenge for the team. We went into a lot of play tests, and anything that was very stressful for players, anything that kind of always allowed people to come back from behind and win all the time, needed to be removed from the concept. And then we'd go back in and play test some more and find ways that we could balance and get it to feel the right amount of stressful and the right amount of chaotic, but still lots and lots of fun and always feeling fair to the racers.
Obviously, we had the big announcement this week that we would have Minecraft characters as part of the season pass, and it sounds like maybe some more in that vein from other franchises coming in. What prompted the decision to kind of bring in these outside franchises to the game?
Yes, we wanted to make this title something that pulled from the best of our previous racing games. So things like Sonic All-Star Racing Series all the way through Team Sonic Racing. We wanted to take the best elements of all of that, and one of those elements from the All-Star Racing game was having the Sega characters also racing in there with Sonic. And that's why we have Kasuga in there, is really to, and Joker and Hatsune Miku. We have these other characters joining in, so it's not just a Sonic Universe game. And we want to make sure people are playing this game for a long time, not just playing it when it comes out, having fun, and that being it, but really, we need to support and make sure people are having fun and getting a fresh experience for as long as possible. And we're able to do this because we have a paid season pass. And when you're paying in to the season pass, you're getting all the cool additional franchises that we're going to be working on and delivering to people. It was that kind of business model that really made sense to us. And we wanted to approach it, by having a season pass, and for 1 year after the game launches, continually add in new content. So what we've shown first is Minecraft as that big piece of IP. that's going to be joining in, and we have characters and courses. But as the year progresses, we'll have additional new characters coming into the race, new courses that the team is developing that will make it into the game to make sure we have that long time experience and a lot of fun for players who want to continue playing.
With both the outside franchises and the other Sega franchises, how do you kind of determine what makes a good fit in a kart racer like this?
So yeah, we wanted to make sure we're pulling a lot of characters from a lot of places. For the first months, like every month, we're going to be providing people with a free character that will come from either an Atlas property, a Sega property, or partners we work with to release games together. We want to bring those kind of characters to people for free every month, and really make sure it's a wide variety of fun characters to choose from. And then through the season pass that will extend on for a year, we wanted to pull in and reach into different IP that come from different places, and really make sure we're featuring a wide variety of really fun characters to present to the audience.
The main character roster too, even without the crossovers, is pretty expansive. How do you determine bringing back old Sonic characters as well? What kind of deep cuts from the old games make sense to bring back here?
So yes, in our main game, just when you buy the game, you're gonna get 24 playable Sonic characters, and we believe that's probably all the characters people know and are familiar with.
Sure.
But those 24 playable characters will be in there. We think everyone will know or have a character that they're very fond of that will show up in that 24.
Obviously, when we're talking about kart racers, there's another big one out right now with Mario Kart World. What do you feel most differentiates a game like CrossWorlds from a Mario Kart?
So I haven't yet played Mario Kart World, but just kind of what I see out there from the videos, it looks like Nintendo did a good job of putting in a lot of fun. So it's more of an action game. I see a lot of that coming through. And the Sonic Racing CrossWorld game is different in that it was made by the Sega Arcade Racing team along with the Sonic team. And the focus really is on racing and on that competitive play. That was really important to the team, and they wanted to make sure it was in there, and you could also cross-match against everyone out there who owns the game, so cross-platform play is in there, and you can go ahead and race and have that competitive experience against anyone on any platform. That really makes it exciting. Having the travel rings kind of change up the race every time you race, so even if you're playing the same course, you're going to have a different experience. That also brings another level of excitement, and it's something really different in the kart racing genre that we think everyone's going to get really excited about. Yes, so one additional feature that I forgot to talk about is our gadget system. This is a brand new system that is in our racing game, and it's not car customization per chance, but the gadgets allow you to customize kind of your play skill. And this will come in as a new system. You can attach the gadgets, and maybe as you're drifting, you can choose to have your car spin around and attack other drivers on the course. Maybe you want a gadget that when you hit an enemy, you get rings, or maybe you just want to have a gadget that enhances your ability to do tricks, or maybe your ability to drift. There's all these ways that the actions in your game will actually be customized, and you can choose what actions you're able to do. And that customization of the skills and the things you can do on the racetrack are going to be brought into the online play. So as you're playing online against 12 people, you'll be able to not only use your actions through the gadget customization, you'll be using your skills. People will see that, and maybe they'll be like, oh, I got to look out for this guy because when he spins, he's going to attack me. And therefore, this is how I need to change up my racing style to deal with this racer. Or maybe some people are going to see the gadgets that you're using and realize, oh, you're using a good combination or a good set of gadgets as a package, and that's a bunch that I should be using together. So it's really something there to not only make the online gameplay more exciting and interesting, but have people be aware of the other racers and maybe how they're using the gadgets to enhance their driving skills and have a lot more fun in that online play experience.
When I was playing the demo yesterday, I really enjoyed the Rivals system in there. Yeah. but I didn't really get a great sense of how it kind of develops over the course of the Grand Prix, the way it kind of levels up. Can you kind of explain how that works?
Yeah, so we do have a Grand Prix system, but Grand Prix is really always about getting first, coming in first place. And we built the game and put that Grand Prix system in place, and as we were playing it, we kind of realized, we need something more. There needs to be something else to do other than just trying to get in first place, because it's going to be you and 11 other people, and it really just feels like you versus a bunch of other NPCs out there. And the rival system was really born because the team wanted to do something to enhance that and really give it a competitive feel. So it feels like you're going out and you're not just trying to get first place, but you're also racing against a rival. And that additional, by adding in the rival, we get that competitive feel, we get that like needing to compete and be first, or maybe we just need to beat our rival, but it kind of added an extra layer of depth to that Grand Prix feel. And the rival system as well, we do allow people to change the difficulty of your rival. So if you want to really challenge yourself, you can bump the difficulty level of the rival up and then go and try to compete against that. Or if you want a more casual experience, or maybe you just want to, put the rival level down to better match your skill level, you can do that as well. So we're, putting a system in place that really kind of enhances that competitive nature, and we think people are going to have a lot of fun with the rival system.
You had the closed network test a little while back. I'm curious what kind of feedback you got from that and how that's kind of informed what you've changed with the game since then.
Yes, in February we had the closed network test, and we were able to successfully capture a lot of really good player data of what items people were using, when people were kind of quitting the game, and based off a lot of the data that we have, we were able to analyze it all and really do a good job of balancing the game to make it feel much better. So, some of the items, maybe they appear too often, maybe they don't appear as much. Maybe some of the enemies were either too tough or they were coming back too hard against people, or maybe they weren't offering enough. There was a lot of tuning that went into the game after CNT that really helped make the game a better experience for people.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe this is the first Sonic racing game with the customization system in it.
Team Sonic Racing, we did have customization in there as well. Maybe not to the same level.
Sure. Well, how have you then expanded that system here, and what does it add to the game?
So yes, we kind of expanded on customization because we have had car customization in Team Sonic Racing, but what we haven't had is the ability to have any character driving any car or riding any vehicle or machine. And that's something that we wanted to integrate into this game. So it used to be that Sonic was always driving Sonic's car, Shadow was always driving Shadow's car, but we're able to take the characters out, and thus you can have whatever racer you want race in the vehicle that you're choosing. And this allows not only a lot of freedom of choice for the cars and the characters, but it also brings us to the next level of actually customizing what the cars look like, of either changing the front or the rear or the wheels. We're able to add stickers to the vehicle. You can change the color or the material type. We also have horns that you can customize. You can have your own horn. And a lot of this is really to make sure you're going out and creating your vehicle that when you go online with, you get to be that unique person. You get to show off the vehicle that you have customized, and you get to race against everyone else in their custom vehicles.
Speaking of online too, I was curious what the sort of suite of modes consist of. Is like ranked, custom, like what do players have access to?
So we can't talk too much now about the details of the online modes, but what we can remind everyone is that we have a 12-player online experience. It will have cross-platform play, so you can play with anyone. There will be like time attack in there. You'll be able to have your ghost recorded and that data shared with people or shared to race against. We also want to make sure the online experience and the online modes are constantly fresh. So in addition to the season pass, we're going to have a lot of really fresh content coming out, things that will add in or things that will really make the online experience a little bit new. So you want to talk to your friends about, did you see the update? We got new events coming out, or maybe there's new game modes or things to do in the online experience there. So constantly keeping the modes fresh in online is one of the things that the team wants to bring to everyone.
Well, that is actually the end of my list of questions. I just wanted to finally ask if there's anything you would want to say directly to the fans who've been waiting for quite a long time now for a new Sonic racing game.
Finally, a message to our fans who have been waiting so long for a racing game. We are making Sonic Racing CrossWorlds kind of like the best Sonic racing game out there. We're taking the best elements from a lot of our past games and making sure it's in there. Features like having Sega characters and other guest characters join into the racing experience, adding in the extreme gear, making sure all of the courses and the racing is a lot of fun and fair competition. It's coming out September 25th. We are working hard to get it there. It will be out on all platforms, and we really hope everyone has a fun time playing the game.